Hello friends, welcome to Python video series. In previous video tutorial, we have learned uh, how to connect from database using the Python code, right? And we have successfully uh, established the connection using MySQL database. And here you can see this is the way to basically get the connection from the database. And once we get the connection, then got the cursor out of that connection, and we wanted all the database available in my database, MySQL database. So just I tried to run so databases SQL query, and I have executed this SQL query, and after that I fetch all the results, means all the databases from my MySQL databases, and same I have printed on the console, and this was the result. In this video tutorial we'll learn how to basically read one or many records from the database. So as of now I have a table is called employee table. Here I will tell you how to fetch either all the records or some of the records from the database table. So basically we will try to perform the read operation out of CRUD operation, right? So here I am going to just copy this same code and I will paste in the same project, and I'll give the name as MySQL read operation, right? So basically here I am going to perform the read operation, read operation, right? And so here once we get the database connection, right, then we can perform select operation as you have seen. But here the way we are creating the database connection, here we did not specify what database we are using, because now this database table is available in test database. So I need to specify here one more attribute is called database, right? And there I'm going to specify database name as test. There in test database where my table exists, right, employee table exists, right? Now out of this db means connection, we get the cursor, and here we need to prepare the SQL query. So here I am going to basically write this query, select star from. So what I can do, I can copy this query, or I can write from the scratch. I would say select star from employee table. Okay, that query I am doing, and this query I am executing, and afterwards we can call, there are many methods. So one of the method is called fetch all. This will bring all the rows from the database, and all the rows just we are displaying. So here variable name we can change, right? I would say let's say this variable name is rows, because this will bring all the rows, and I would say this variable name is row. We can give using for a loop, just I am iterating rows, which is nothing but all the rows from the databases database, and that I'm trying to iterate, and just I'm printing every row within this for loop, right? So here within the try block I have written all the codes. If some exception arises, then control will go to the except block. There that exception is getting populated into this object e, which is the alias of exception that I'm printing. And database close operation always we should perform in the finally block, because finally block will be executed whether exception is arises or not, doesn't matter. In the try block this is going to execute always, and that's the reason db.close operation we should always perform in finally block. Now if I run, sorry, so here if I run, then here you can see there are two records we are fetching, right, from the database, uh, right? So here you can say all the records. Now if you want these results to be populated into some custom object like employee object, then you can create an employee class, and there you can have basically two employees object, and those objects you can add into the list, and complete list you can return, and this code you can write in the some custom function, right? But those things I am not going to, of course, look into. Already those things we have discussed, how to create a function and how to return any kind of result, right? That you can try yourself. But here you now you know how to read basically multiple rows from the database. Let's say I would like to talk about some more functions which is available in cursor, like fetch one, right? Fetch one will bring only one means first record from the database, right? So if I run, then this will bring only first record from the database, right? And all the attributes are getting printed. So when you basically try to fetch first when you try to fetch the first row from the database, that result is printing something like this, is not printing as a tuple. But if you try to call the fetch all, then basically this will print the many tuples, and every tuple represents the one row in the database, right? Apart from that, we have a method is called fetch many, and there you have provision to specify the size. Let's say size I am going to specify 1. That means it will fetch one record at a time, right? So again it will give you result as a tuple, right? So if you have 100 records into the database, if you specify 40, then in one read operation it will bring only 40 rows. So these things you have to keep in mind. So that's all I wanted to show in this video tutorial, guys. Big thank you, and see you there in the next tutorial.